Hello and welcome back. I've had an absolute stinker. Welcome. Um, so the game in Australia started at 10 a.m. I set an alarm at 8:30 in the morning. Happy days. In theory, I ended up sleeping 2.5 hours past that. So basically, I've had to scramble to get here. But it looks like we have a game on our hands. Apologies for the inconvenience that I was so late to it. Um, and look, it looks like I've walked into a pretty decent ball game today. I'm not sure what's worse, being a Nets fan or being a Collingwood fan. Man, I could do with the win today. Well, I mean, I've scrambled to get here. Looks like I missed a pretty decent first half by the team. Um, Finney Smith actually leads the way, equal with Cam Johnson for points in the first half. The rebounds are very similar. The assist numbers are similar. Steal numbers, block numbers, it looks like it's been pretty high. Tyrese Haliburton is shooting 1 of 9 and 0 of 6 from 3. That is already a very good gateway into potentially getting a win. Siakam has got 14, 7, and 2 steals. And then Nic Smith has scored 14 as well. He's been to the free throw line the most times for the Pacers. But they should not be winning this game. They're 3 of 16 from deep, and that is something that only the Nets are capable of. I'm pretty sure it's mainly because the turnover count is a little bit out of the water. 10 turnovers for the Nets, and they've usually had a pretty good grip on those sort of things today. I mean, we've got 18 free throws already attempted, and we're shooting 43% from deep. That is the recipe for winning games of basketball, but it doesn't look like we can look after it. Dayron's at 3 turnovers, so I would assume a lot of those are from him getting the ball down low. He's had 3 offensive rebounds, which is a good sign. Clax has got 6 and 8 in the first half. Mikal Bridges, bro, needs to lift. I mean, I'm looking at this box score and I'm seeing 0 of 4. That is not good enough. I don't care if he's had 3 dimes. I don't care if he's had 10 dimes. This guy has been poor, and we need a lift from him in the second half. I guess the good thing is he's taken the equal least shots of any net. But it is not a good look when Dorian Finney-Smith has taken the same amount of shots and he's got 10 points and has not missed. So I guess that is an indicator that Mikal definitely needs to lift. Schroeder's hit all of his field goals from 3 and he's got a steal. A couple of turnovers in there. Cam Thomas has got 8 as well. But from what I'm seeing, I mean, Cam Johnson has had a great showing off the bench. A couple of steals in there with 10 points, 2 threes made. But, mate, he should not be the guy. And Finney-Smith should also not be the guy. Cam Thomas and Mikal combining for 10 points. That's got to lift in the second half. And, of course, the turnover count needs to be well trimmed down. I don't think the Pacers are going to shoot 3 of 16 again from deep. So we absolutely need to give ourselves the best opportunity to win the game off the back of simply not turning the ball over. Step 1, the steal counter is a little bit too high for my liking from a Pacers perspective. So that is something that we definitely need to fix up going into the second half. I'll have a look at second chance points and all that sort of shit for you. Because I would imagine that the points off turnovers aren't too pretty for the Nets because, yeah, I don't know how the Pacers are winning this, to be quite honest. Points off turnovers 13-8. They've had 14 more points in the paint. 7 fast break points each. 16-5 second chance points. Now, this doesn't make any goddamn sense. They've got 11 extra second chance points. Yet, they have only 2 extra offensive rebounds. So they've scored 16 off 10, and we've scored 8 or 5 off 8, which is a terrible conversion. Bridges got 2 of those, Clax got 2 of those, Dayron got 3. What that's telling me is they're either tip-ins that aren't going in, or they are rebounds and we just haven't gone up. Off getting the rebound on the offensive glass, we've rolled it back out and tried again from the perimeter, and it just simply hasn't worked. So, yeah, that is what it looks like at first glance for me. But if you have watched the game, what have you noticed in this first half? Because, yeah, I mean, the Pacers, who are a very infamously good side offensively, for them going 3 of 16, I somehow don't think that's going to last too long. I think second half they're going to come out and they're going to be very, very good offensively. They've already scored 59 points and they haven't really had to do a great deal. But yeah, I mean, keys to the game for the second half for me. I mean, Haliburton scored 2, but Mikal scored 2. So, yeah. Yeah, there just simply needs to be a lift. Just want to see. Cam Thomas said something very poignant pre-game, and he's sort of taking a bit more of a leadership role in recent weeks. He said pre-game, at a point in time, you just got to stop saying it, and we've just got to do it at some point. What is it, game 66 or whatever this is, and we're still talking about effort? That's a problem. We've just got to figure out a way to get it done. And really, it is that simple. It is that simple. That's a great comment to make. That's an accountability statement. And that is a statement which you would hope the team acts upon. They have not acted upon it in some respects today. So yeah, it's going to be a real tester. Mikal's percentage of points scored in the mid-range went from 16% last year to only 9% this year. So those mid-ranges that he was highly effective with, looks like we haven't really banked on those sort of shots, which is a little bit disappointing from my personal view. And yeah, Cam Thomas in his last 20 games is averaging 23 a match on great shooting. 46, 40, 85 shooting splits. Today's been on the quieter side. So we'll see how we go. And Mikal has topped 20 points just 3 times in his last 13 games. That is the main reason why the Nets can't bank wins, because he is supposedly a centerpiece and he's just not doing what is required of him when you want him to be your first or second option. You know, that's probably exposing him for what he is. But even still, going under 20, yeah, that's a little bit disappointing from my perspective. Okay. So I wouldn't imagine the second half is a great deal away. We are going to be back here tomorrow, hopefully on time. Yeah, because we had a stinker this morning, of course. First, in the Cavaliers game, I voluntarily didn't want to do that because I thought it was going to be a blowout. Instead, we actually won by 20, then lost to Orlando by 8. And that was a game where we missed the opportunity as well. And then, you know, we played today, and this is the game I wanted to do because I haven't seen the Pacers all season, and I was late to it. So we played them a couple more times, but I believe this is the only game I'm actually available for. Okay, and then, yeah, tomorrow we're going to do Nets Spurs. That is going to start from the same time, so let's hope that I don't make the same mistake twice. Yeah. Because goodness me, that is just a bit of a shambolic effort by me, if I'm honest. But yeah, we'll be back for that Spurs game tomorrow, and hopefully that results in a good result, because I would not be one bit surprised if we absolutely flop. Since the All-Star break, Mikal, 39, 33, 72 splits. That is rubbish, man. Alrighty. The Pacers are plus 13 in field goal attempts. Nets turned it over 10 times, allowed 10 offensive rebounds. Bro, we're very lucky the Pacers aren't shooting the ball well from the outside. I will say that. That is basically what's saving us at the moment. Otherwise, this game would be just a bit of a calamity, if I'm honest. So second half, I would imagine that Kevin Ollie's going to drill into these plays. Need to crash the glass. Need to be strong in terms of actually grabbing the basketball out of midair when that ball clanks off the rim. And then also, on top of that, look after the damn ball. The Pacers conceded over 130 points last game. They're more than capable of being shit on that end. You know, they are their trademark is offense. They're like the number one team in the league. They're historically good. Or like they're on pace to be nearly the best team historically for offensive rating, I would assume, and definitely the offensive scoring element. So yeah, we've got a test on our hands here. And it's going to come down to this team, whether they've got the offensive firepower that's good enough to combat that in the second half. I mean, good first quarter by the looks, but definitely in the second half it swayed a little bit more in the Pacers' favour. Second half is about to get underway, though, and I'm actually here for it. So, and you know what? Even though I slept in, I'm actually a little bit more energetic than usual. So let's hope that converts into, or the Nets actually have some plays that I can get G'd up about. Usually there's not too many of them, but we will see. So we play the Spurs next up. And then I won't do another game until the Bucks game, I think. The Bucks game. So that'll be the next one we do, I believe. Then I'll have another game being covered, a neutral game, the day after, and then we'll play against the Raptors on the weekend. Turner for 3. That's short the board by Cam Thomas. We're underway for the third, and the Nets force a stop on the first possession of the second half. So it's Mikal Bridges, who I would assume is probably going to get a few more touches in the second half. Try to get him into the game. Here he is. He's open for 3. And god damn, that is a rubbish miss. So Haliburton to Nesmith. They feed Siakam in the post. He's too big. And that's too easy of a switch. I don't know who off the ball switched like that. But you're not going to win games simply being that much of a pushover on the switch. Thomas is blitzed, weaves through 2, pulls up, and it rims out on the right hand. Thomas had Bridges open in the corner, who's going to try his luck again, and he's on the board for 3 from the corner this time, and the Nets are on the board to start the second half, cutting the lead to 1 early on. Siakam, this is a great matchup for Finney Smith, I'll tell you what. Very similar build, these two players. Oh, what is that? Allowing a center to weave through like that easily, that is pretty poor. Now Schroeder, the screen by Finney Smith. Dump off to Finney Smith. Layup is good. He has not missed in this game. And his first 2 points of the second half. He's leading the way in net scoring in this game. Upon being perfect from the field. Haliburton, Siakam, Turner is guarded by Mikal in the post, Nembhard in the corner. That's off for 3. And now Thomas the rebound, or Clax the rebound, the handoff to Thomas. Bridges takes it in, shoots. What is he doing with that sort of shot? It's going the other way. Mikal just, my goodness, he just cannot score the fucking ball for dear life. Ball inbounded to the Pacers. They lead by 1. Nembhard lost his footing. Turnover for the Nets. Claxton down the middle. Layup is off. And he's been fouled by Myles Turner. It's going to be 2 free throws. And the Nets did a great job in the first half getting to the free throw line. They had 18 free throws. And they're going to get 2 more here by the way of a Claxton one-man fast break. He saw an opening and he just attacked. And Myles Turner was He had to go over the top of Claxton in order to try affect that shot, and he actually committed the foul. So 2 free throws here for Clax to get the Nets back in front potentially. The first free throw is off and out. So 10 boards already for Claxton. I mean, they've been they've been the kinds of rebounds I would imagine that, aren't going to go down as all that effective. But it's good he's getting those rebounds. Probably get a few more on offer with all those rebounds we've given up. Haliburton's being defended well there by Schroeder. Now the switch with Schroeder guarding Nesmith and Thomas guarding Haliburton. Siakam sets the feet and misses from the three-point line. Another miss for the Pacers. And now Thomas will pull up for 3, and he'll miss. Claxton tried to fight on the glass, but it was batted out to Nembhard. And now Nesmith the drive. Extra feed. Siakam is going to get those 2 points tacked on because Claxton was hit with the goaltend. And the Pacers get the lead back. So it's sort of amazing how the Pacers are winning this game. Continually, I will say that, with all the misses from 3. But the Nets, yeah, they've just had a bit of difficulty. What can I say? Thomas is open for 3 on the weak side, and he hits that one. He was way too open that time. Mikal collapsed the defense. It was a good drive and was able to find Thomas pretty flawlessly. And the Nets have the lead back. Their first of the second half, leading 66-65. Haliburton will shoot over Claxton, and that one is short as well. So, goodness me, this is not good for the Pacers. They're now 15% from downtown. Schroeder, the screen set, the drive. And now he's got Turner on him in the switch. He gives it to Cam Thomas and gets it back here. Will drive. He got by, lost the ball. Kick out to Thomas. He's going to drive with 2 to shoot. The layup is off, and the rebound by the Pacers, they've got the numbers as well. Haliburton to the corner for Nembhard. He sets the feet. That is an open 3, and he's missed another one. But guess what? Mikal Bridges can't get a fucking rebound. Nembhard the second chance points. He hits the 3. And Mikal Bridges just sucks. What can I say? He sucks when he has to box out. The amount of times he ships off offensive rebounds is unbelievable when he has positioning. Like, that was his rebound to get, and yeah. Not much I can really say about that. So the Pacers will resume. Nembhard is going to use the Turner screen. And now the drive. The kick out to Siakam, who will go baseline and shoot over Finney-Smith. That's off. It's good defense. The board by the Nets. And now Schroeder will give it off to Cam Thomas. Will go down the middle. He'll take on Nesmith, who stays with him. And then he fucking traveled. Another turnover. So 2 consecutive possessions where Cam Thomas turns the ball over. You're not going to win games of basketball if you keep doing this brain-dead bullshit. And Siakam now will look to extend the Pacers lead. It's off. But guess what? No offensive fucking Nouse. Bro, box out. How many times? 2 consecutive possessions. We're forced to miss. But yet, we haven't. Because we just give him an extra look. There might as well be an open layup. Schroeder pulls up for 2. That's short. The board by the Pacers. Shoot ourselves in the foot every single time. Haliburton out to Nesmith. The drive. Shoots. Doesn't get the bounce. The board by Cam Thomas. Bridges going to go down the middle. The kick out to Schroeder. It's open. And it rims out. Bridges bats it out to Thomas, who gets through. Lob. Claxton the dunk. And he's got on top of Nesmith. Oh my god. Is he going to... Did he seriously commit another fucking technical? I don't know what's going on here. Is this a timeout or what is it? Claxton completed the dunk and then he just got on... he just basically sat on top of Nesmith. This idiot keeps on committing technical fouls. He did it last game as well where the Nets had a bit of momentum in a certain stage of the third quarter. This dum-dum just decides to commit the most stupid of of technical fouls every time. It just kills off our momentum every single time. We're nearly at the halfway point of this quarter, and amazingly enough, we've been outscored. No, it's been dead even. But even still, the Pacers have only made 1-3 in the quarter, and they've taken a ton of them. And the Nets still have not been able to capitalize on that because they just can't look after the ball. Let me just do a quick refresh of the box score, and we will be ready to rock and roll. So the Nets, they've gotten 5 points from Mikal Bridges. That's still not good enough. Mikal? He's got 4 points. He's got 4 rebounds. Oh no, 5 points, 4 boards, 4 dimes. Cam Thomas in this third quarter has taken a few more shots, but he hasn't been overly effective. Lax has got 9 and 10 rebounds. Schroeder has not scored in the quarter. And Finney-Smith has got 2 on the board. The Nets are shooting decent enough percentages, winnable percentages, but they keep the Pacers in the game because they've given away points off of both of their offensive rebounds. The Nets have also turned the ball over 2 or 3 times in the quarter. And the Pacers are still under 20% from 3, yet still lead. This is criminal. And the Nets find new ways to lose every single time they play different forms of opposition. So, right now, I would say the Pacers definitely are in pole position because they've been somewhat let off for what poor defense they've been playing. Nets are out of shape, that's why they're getting hurt. Well, they're fully healthy, except for Ben Simmons. Really? Schroeder has exposed the problem with the Nets. I'm a bit confused what you mean by that. Because Schroeder's been one of our best players. So I don't know what he's exposed. He's been one of our, not today, but he's been one of our best players as a whole since the trade happened. He's been shooting the ball well. Been facilitating most times. That is too easy, though. Oh, my God. Are you fucking kidding? Fucking ridiculous, bro. How many damn offensive rebounds do you want to give up? This is unbelievable. Thomas gone to the bench. Johnson in the game. But the same issue straight out of the break. We give away an offensive rebound. Clax blocked the initial layup. But fam, box out. How many times? Watford's in the game, who I believe played minutes in place of Jalen Wilson to start this second half. So that is the third bucket we have conceded. I think it's 8 second chance points for the Pacers already in this second half, which is just unacceptable. Johnson, drive, pull up 2 on the baseline. That's well long. The board for Indy. And now Nembhard to Haliburton. The screen. He's going to drive again. Layup again is good. And this time Clax didn't go up because he doesn't want to give away the offensive board. So, ultimately, he just gives away an open layup, and then Schroeder fucking turns it over. That's an easy layup again. And all of a sudden, it's out to a 9-point lead. And Kevin Ollie does not look happy. Because to be quite honest, that is just fucking pathetic. Again. It's just a shit turnover. Easy score in transition for the Pacers. So, goodness me, that is just poor. So poor, bro. And then I wonder why I don't watch these games. Well, there's probably a good reason for it. Goodness me. So we've got, well, what was I going to say? Yeah, it's just, we just have not been good enough the entirety of this second half, really. Gotten outscored by 7 for the second consecutive quarter, and it looks like it's trending upward. I mean, the Pacers have just gone on a 7-0 run, but turnovers have just been a bit out of hand in this game, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Now the turnovers are up. Well, the Pacers have 24 second chance points in the game. They've also got 17 points off turnovers to 9. They've had 22 extra points in the paint. So I would say a lot of their offensive rebounds have actually resulted in just simple tip-ins, simple putbacks. Pretty diabolical, if I'm being completely honest with you, but can't say I'm not surprised by this damn team. And you know what? I'm watching this team for a half. So I guess it sort of dampens, or it makes it a little bit easier to bear, given I haven't watched a half of this BS again. But they're going to pick us up in a full court press, which obviously is something you don't want to see out of the timeout from a Nets perspective. Caused us a little bit of grief. Alrighty. Nets. Mikal is trapped. I swear he moved his pivot foot, but no one really bat an eyelid. Schroeder on the outside to Watford. And he's going to hand it back to Mikal. The driving kick. Johnson is there for the catch and shoot 3. He fucking airballed that crap. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, fam. Bro, airballing a wide open 3. You cannot make this shit up. The Pacers are on a 12-2 run in the last few minutes. 2 to 3 minutes. Haliburton, way too open. What is Mikal doing? Oh my god, Turner absolutely put Claxton on a poster there. But from a Nets perspective, it just gets more embarrassing by the second. Bridges, the drive. The layup. He's blown another layup, but he's going to get 2 free throws here. Goodness me. What is Mikal doing? Just allowing... Like, it is a cakewalk for defenders. It's a cakewalk at the moment. Two free throws here for Mikal. He makes the first one. Cut it down to 10. I swear it's probably better just for me to not watch Nets games. I feel like we're better off without me. Okay. Mikal makes both. And the Nets lead is 9. There's a bit of shit going off the ball. I think Lax has a little bit of blood on his back. So they've got to clean that up. And so it'll be Pacers ball after this little stoppage in play with 4:23 to go in this third quarter. The Pacers have dominated. They've had 20 points in the game in the quarter. The Nets have only the 13 for their third quarter efforts. So now, let's see what the Nets can get up to here. Pacers up 79-70. They've lifted in intensity on the defensive side. It's supplemented while their success on the other side of the ball. Ball inbounded to Nembhard. On the outside, Haliburton, who's played the entirety of this third quarter. The high screen in the switch. Nembhard back to Haliburton. Cross. Trying to shake off Watford there. He does well. The layup. How did he score that shit? I don't know how he's managed to fling that one up and score off the glass, but Haliburton's found that soft touch at the rim in this third quarter. And now Schroeder the scoop. The response, nope. And it's going to be Pacers ball. They're shooting 53% in the quarter. The Nets 31%. Lost my voice. Kick out. Turner's open. Doesn't shoot the three. The jab step, then he does shoot it, and he's well short again. That's the only thing keeping the Nets alive. Watford takes it in. Extra feed. Claxton body bump. There was a tie-up forced, and he shuffled his feet trying to wrestle the ball free. Johnson lost the ball going up, and the Pacers will have it again. Toppin has just cut back door, and there's no net following. That is so incredibly easy. It's actually been since Cam Thomas has gone to the bench where this game has fallen flat. Final 3 minutes of the third. It's a 13-point lead. Mikal, the drive in. Why is he shooting a fucking turnaround jumper when he had a layup on a 6'1" point guard? Bro, come on, man. Haliburton for three. That rims out again. They've been short or to the left on like every single shot. And now a damn charge. Nope, it's a blocking foul. We're very lucky because Watford absolutely bowled over Naismith. But it's going to be Nets ball with 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Let's have a look at the foul. Yep, that's a foul every day of the week. The way of the Nets. So, yeah, the Nets have struggled again. They're always bound to have one of these quarters every single game. Irrespective of how well they've played. How well they've played earlier on. Johnson is fouled on the alley-oop pass there by, I think it was Schroeder or Cam Thomas on the outside. Free throws are going to come up here for Cam Johnson. So 2:25 to play in the third. Johnson at the line, rims out on the free throw. Apparently he scored 10 points in the first quarter and he's just been shit ever since. Which I'm not one bit surprised by. Dayron's into the game. The Nets down 13 points. One more free throw incoming here by Cam Johnson. And he makes the second, cuts it to a dozen. Nets have got to get stops, bro. McConnell. Haliburton on the outside. Picked up by Cam Johnson. Playing a bit of zone. McConnell, skip pass. Dayron gets the steal. Oh, you idiots! Idiots! We got the steal and he stood on the sideline, pushing off the back leg. You fucking idiots. Does my head in, bro. You did one good thing right and you completely fluff it in 0.5 seconds. Bro, you can't script this shit, bro. If you can't get a turnover off that crap, force a turnover, then you're screwed. Like, we just handed it back to them. Final 2 minutes of the third. Somehow the Pacers are up 12. That cut, well saved by Watford. He's just passed it to the Pacers. And then they've still kept it alive. Bro, they've fumbled the crap out of it, bro. Oh my god, please get the board. Cam Thomas does. But only the Nets can squander these sort of opportunities here. It's embarrassing. DSJ shuffles Haliburton, then airball to fucking layup. Jesus Christ, bro. This is a rough watch. Haliburton weaves through. You're joking. Where the hell was the foul there? Oh, Jesus Christ. Where was the foul there? There's no way they've called a follow-on on that. Haliburton makes the free throw. I just can't believe this team is down by 15 points. Haliburton scored 9 after scoring 2 in the first half. He was 1 of 7. The Nets, my God, they're lacking. Watford, kick out to Thomas. Gets inside. There's the foul. Doesn't get the bounce off the rim. It's going to be free throws at the 1:11 mark of the third. So, my goodness, the Nets have just gone cold in this quarter. They've scored 14 fucking points, and I rushed my ass to my setup for this shit. 86-71. It's the only shit quarter they've dished up in the whole game. Well, incredibly awful quarter they've dished up this whole game. 86-72 the score. Mikal back in for I don't know what purpose, because he ain't playing defense and he isn't freaking scoring the ball, so I don't know what he's doing. Thomas, another free throw to come here. And he converts and cuts it to 13. But, bro, you've got to get stops and you've got to capitalize on this shit, bro. Just haven't been good enough in this third quarter. McConnell, the driving kick. How fucking easy was that? And then the Nets fucking mistimed the rebound. Another second chance look. Another one. Nembhard gets into the middle. Bridges fell for the pump fake. Smith. 3. It's an air ball. Well done, Nets. Forced a shot clock violation and we'll reset it. A 42 or 44 seconds, should I say, in this quarter. Nets get the stop and will look to execute the 2-for-1, I would imagine. Not very aggressive in doing it, though. Watford's going to drive on Siakam here. Blow by. Layup is good. +1. Well done. And that's a bit of an easy blow by there by Pascal Siakam. He just allowed Watford to get by. And, yeah, it was a cakewalk of a layup and a pretty inexcusable sort of foul to concede. The Pacers don't look too aggressive trying to execute this 2-for-1 here. McConnell on the outside will drive down the middle. Runner is off. Board Dayron Sharp. The Nets can go on a late quarter run. There is basically a 0.5 difference. Second difference between shot and game. The Nets can get it down to single figures going into the final quarter, which about 2 minutes ago I would have absolutely taken. High screen. Thomas. Oh, wow, he's fouled. Falling across the half-court line, he's been hit. And not only has that completely removed any hope, that is incredibly soft, that foul. That is the most huge bailout I've ever seen in my life. The Nets are going to get 2 free throws from it out of absolutely nothing. with 6 seconds to play in the third quarter. So yeah, out of absolutely nothing, where it looked like we were absolutely nailed on to turn the ball over again, the Nets have been graced by the officials here. And with 6 seconds to play here in this third quarter, they can cut the lead to 8 points in what would be, well, a decent end to the quarter, having trailed by, I believe, as much as 15. Thomas makes both. And so the Nets need to get a stop here. What are you doing? McConnell takes it all the way in, shoots, and it's good boxing out. Completely removed the man. And at three-quarter time, it's 86-78. So we're not out of it on the back of a good end to that third quarter. Scored the last few points. Bailed out or not. Got to the free throw line a chunk there. And even though we scored 21 points, we were on track to go a hell of a lot worse. The Pacers scored 27 in that quarter. So yeah, the Nets are going to need to rely on some offense to get this one done, because that's what they've been lacking for some period of time now. Overall, bro, the Pacers are shooting 15% from 3 yet lead and have scored 86 points. How? Looked after the ball, 14 offensive rebounds, and then from a Nets perspective, they've turned the ball over 15 times. The Nets' 3-point percentage did go down in that quarter, but they've had 29 free throws. You should not be losing a game if you have this many more free throws than your opponent. We have like 17 extra. Our field goal percentage has gone well down here though in this second half. Day'Ron Sharpe has 4 turnovers, which is a bit diabolical. Schroeder's 2 of 10 and had 3 turnovers, so he's had more turnovers than field goals. Cam Thomas has had 15. But he's more made a knack at getting to the free throw line whilst he can't make shots from the field. Finney-Smith has been the only guy, and Claxton for that matter, who's really shot that efficiently. Mikal has got 7 boards, but he's only got the 7 points. So he's been a little bit of a shocker. I think a little bit would be an understatement. 3 offensive rebounds for Mikal. They really haven't been the convincing kind. And we've had 10 offensive rebounds, but not nearly been as clinical, turning those into second chance points as the Pacers have been. We go into the final quarter in a position where we probably should be in front. When you look at the 3-point percentage and that sort of thing, but it comes down to the offensive rebounds and what both teams have done with it after getting that offensive board, and we've shirked away from the opportunity, it feels. These guys are out of shape. They're not out of shape. They just, I don't know. That's all assumption-based to say that they don't have good workout habits. I mean, JV did not train this team well enough in preseason to the point where they looked fucking clueless on the court for about 40 games. That's a good pick and roll by DSJ and Watford. We scored the first 2 of the last. But yeah. On the court, they don't look like unfit. They just fluff the simplest of plays, which they should be capitalizing on. McConnell hits a 3. The Nets started 59% from the field in this game, since they are 32%. Walker, step back mid-range, hits back on. I'm not liking that bit of shot selection there by Lonnie. And now TJ McConnell on the outside, the high screen, the drive, shoots the short pull-up. It's off. What the fuck, bro? How is that not our ball? Oh, and it's that clown official as well, who's notorious for giving away technical fouls. How is that not our ball? So, Pacers are going to get it from the side. McConnell 7 to shoot. It's Siakam who's going to take on DSJ down low, which is going to be an easy feasting there for Pascal Siakam. The Nets got it down to as little as 6, but it's basically doubled in 2 possessions. Thomas to Sharp. Back to Thomas. Picked up by Nembhard. Gonna get into the paint. Lost the ball. Got it back in the corner. He's gonna try shoot a step back 3 over the top of Smith. And he hits. And the Nets cut it back down to 8. But it's gonna start on this side of the damn ball. 91-83. 10-10 to play here in this fourth. McConnell out to Siakam. We're playing a bit of zone. Nembhard to the corner. Shepherd gets by. Extra dump off. Too easy again. If you're going to play zone, it cannot be that easy. No rotation at the last step. We did good on the first 3 to 4 rotations, but too easy. We've allowed 62 paint points in this game, which is diabolical. Yet it's the 6th time it's happened. Thomas was blitzed. We turned it over again. Nembhard the spin. Extra feed. Siakam scores for 2. And that is the embodiment of not being able to capitalize. But while the Nets don't capitalize, DSJ just throws it away again. Easy 2 points again. That's just pathetic again. It's just embarrassing. How does this keep happening every fucking game? Oh, Jesus Christ. I just want to die when I watch this team. Goodness me. Oh, we got the Spurs tomorrow. God. This is not going to be a good ending. No amount of sleep in could have prepared me for this shit. Oh, God. Goodness me. Oh, it's just... What more can you really say? Is this the worst team you support? I actually can't work it out. Probably, but there's not really any joy in supporting the soccer team I support at the moment because we haven't won in the 2024 calendar year. And then, well, the only team that I properly support, the only team that I, fully support, not saying I don't properly support the Nets and whatnot, but the team that I support most religiously have won their first 2 games of the year. So, guess that is probably at least that's something to be happy about, but there's not too much beyond that, I'll tell you what. Yeah. So, it's just, I just don't even understand it. I just don't understand how this team repeatedly can stink it up so badly, yet be so good game to game. Like, it just changes. It just changes every single game. But I tell you what, it is embarrassing that this team is down 14 to an opposition who's hit 5 threes in 3 quarters. Like, we would be killed if, like, God forbid, if we did this, if we did what the Pacers did from 3, we'd get blown out by 25 points. That is the formula behind every loss that we have this season, most of the time. It's off the back of, like, it's always off the back of shit 3-point shooting. Like, it's like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It just baffles me on a game-by-game basis when you actually, oh my fucking God. That is clown behavior. You turn it over from the inbounds, or get it knocked away, then they save it, it goes through your fucking legs, and you allow a wide open layup. You had a full 2 minutes to work something out, and you ended up conceding a wide open layup off a turnover. You didn't even get the ball inbounded. That is shocking form, I tell you what. That is absolutely diabolical behavior. The Nets are playing small ball. It's not going to fucking save shit when you're giving away layups like that, or when you're giving away offensive rebounds like that. That one we get very lucky. Thomas pulls up for 2, and it rims in. So, bro, the Nets are not going to win this game playing this lineup. I tell you what, we can't get offensive rebounds, generally speaking. So playing small ball, that's even more of a recipe for disaster. McConnell to Shepherd, now to Nembhard, back to McConnell. The screen used here, the switch, the drive. It's too easy again. I just don't... Like, there's no contesting on the layup attempt by Mikal. He just gets blown by way too easily. Schroeder needs help. Finney Smith, Schroeder. Back to Cam Thomas, 6 to shoot. 1-on-1, shoots another step back 3. That is just a terrible look. Good if it goes in, but it most of the time won't. Nembhard, the drive, the kick out to Siakam, the switch. Shot at the elbow, hits that one as well. I mean, you knew the Pacers, offense was going to pick up. The Nets needed their offense to go with. It just hasn't in this third quarter, or in this second half. Bridges the cut, Johnson the open 3, and then that sums it up, really. Open looks. Just miss. Miss after miss after miss after miss. Shepherd, pass to Nembhard, now to McConnell. The screen. Siakam the drive on Bridges. He's too big, too strong. Forced out into a pass. Shepherd back to Siakam. Drive, the cross. Schroeder does well. Deep 2, and Siakam airballs it. So that's a good defensive stop, but really doesn't count for much when basically every possession it feels we've conceded points in this second half, or in this fourth quarter. The lead is 16. It's doubled in 6 minutes. And we're going to get a timeout as well. 6:30 to play. This game is basically gone, to be quite honest with you. And it's got me hella frustrated because, bro, why can this team not play a full game of basketball? Just don't understand. Don't understand, bro. 2 weeks to close. It didn't even start then. It started in the third quarter. It has nothing to do with our closing ability. It all started in the it started since quarter time basically. The Nets started the game 59% from the field. Let's have a look at it now. I can't tell you it's going to be good. It's a 43%. So from 13 of 22, our next 15 field goals made after making 13 in 22, it's taken 43 attempts to make 15. 3-point percentage at halftime was 6 of 14, I think. It's now 9 of 23. The free throw percentage is probably the highest it's ever been for this point of the game. We've had 10 offensive rebounds. Here's the problems. Turnovers, 18 of them. Mikal Bridges, 1 field goal made in the entire fucking game. And then from an opposing perspective, 15 offensive rebounds, over 60 points in the paint. They've only shot 18% from 3, yet lead by 16 points because they don't turn the ball over. That is just horrendous form by the Nets. Horrendous. How do you concede threes at that percentage, yet are down 16? Like, this team, you cannot make this shit up. they have flaws every corner you turn. When there's not a flaw, or when there's a flaw resolved on a given day, they manage to one-up it by completely, topping it by being inadequate in a number of other areas. Like, for the 3-point percentage the Pacers are shooting, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just poor. So, it's been the offense in the second half. There's been a lot of open looks. A lot of layups being blown. Mikal Bridges making one field goal in this entire game does not help you out at all. It's basically like having another role player on the court. In essence, that's what he's playing like, to be honest. 6 minutes to play in the fourth. Nets down 16. I'll tell you what, it would be a hell of a lot more unbearable if I'd have watched the first half. Thomas the drive. Schroeder's open. Only momentarily. It's a great closeout there by Nembhard. Air ball and shot clock violation. Excellent. How many times out of a timeout are we going to chuck up an air ball or turn the ball over? Fucking hell, this is just ridiculously shit. How many losses are this team going to have this season? I reckon they definitely can get 50. Haliburton hits a 3. It's now a 19-point lead. This team just gets more laughable by the day. Thomas gets his own miss and scores for 2. God, Sean Marks is just going to have to do a hard reset in the offseason, man. That's if he's the guy to take this team forward. He has to get rid of almost every single player. Because, bro, they're just underperforming severely. Schroeder. High screen. He's got Toppin on him. 5 minutes to play. The drive, the layup, he scores. The scoop. It's back down to 15. But what is this? What on earth was that defense? We scored the basket and somehow a Pacer gets ahead of every single net defensively and scores a wide open layup 5 seconds into the shot clock. Can't make this shit up. Johnson puts one up from way downtown and hits. 108 to 94. Wilson's getting ready to check in at the 4:34 mark. Smith, oh my fucking god. Just another low percentage look that we bail him out with and give him free throws. I didn't realize how bad Haliburton's been from 3 this month. He's 9 of 55. He's made 9 threes in 17 days, bro. That is shocking numbers. So Wilson's in the game. I don't know why in a game where you can't get fucking rebounds, you haven't tried Wilson today. 4:30 to play. Bridges has gone to the bench. And that is something I don't think we've seen at all today. Or don't really see much in the season. Usually always Mikal is closing, but his performance today definitely doesn't warrant that. Pass out to Shepherd. How on earth have they found that pass? Another open box, or another open offensive board, another easy score. There's no physicality, there's no body bump, there's absolutely nothing done. Softer than toilet paper. Johnson out, and he's fouled on the pass. It's fucking pathetic how you can allow an offensive rebound to be that easy. Bro, I am not tall, and I probably could chalk up 5 offensive rebounds against this Nets group. Seriously. I would honestly play Noah Clowney minutes later this season. Because, bro, Clowney looks better defensively than any fucking center we have. Even though he's just turned the ball over there. Haliburton, bounce pass, Siakam, foul, free throws. 20 turnovers for the Nets in this game. Can't make it up. So 3:56 to play. We'll be back here tomorrow, regrettably, for a game that we probably have a chance of winning, but we've got to be nearly the worst team in the league in like the last 4 to 5 months. Bench is emptied at the 3:56 mark. I can't even speak. 111 to 94. I honestly, like, as soon as this game ends, I'm just going straight away. Not a care in the world. I mean, really, this team has been shit again. Offensive rebounds sucked. Turnovers, ton of them. Scores, haven't been able to get enough of it. Second half. Like, I mean, we've scored 37 points in the second half, sorry. Like, that is just abysmal again. How many halves of this are we going to have? And that's with Cam Thomas scoring a decent chunk of those, you know? Like, it's... Like, enough's enough, man. Another block, another turnover, another steal, another layup, and another foul. What on earth are you fouling for, bro? God, if I was commentating the Nets right now, if I was the play-by-play caller, I'd be fed up at this shit, to be honest. This is just... Oh, my God. It's just embarrassing, bro. Seriously, 3:30 to play in the fourth. The end of the season honestly couldn't come soon enough. They've been trash, bro. We're down 20 fucking points. And just gave away a foul. We were down 2 at halftime. The amount of times there have been plays which should just not have ended with the Pacers' advantage, yet did. And the amount of plays where the Nets should have had the advantage, yet ended up somehow squandered the opportunity. It's just out of hand. We conceded 76 points tonight and the game's not over yet. That is the most in franchise history. Understandably so, because we're down 20 down 20 to a Pacers team who have hit 5 threes on like 20% shooting. I just don't understand it no more. Goodness me. So there's conversations being had on the bench here, and they need to fucking have a chat because, bro, this is just unacceptable. Leaders of this team just need to... Like, oh my God, another fucking turnover, bro. Bro, it's just unacceptable, like, how this team can lose by 20 so many times. Oh my God, another fucking timeout. Shut up, bro. Oh, this is so exhausting. I just... It's just so poor. Go back to bed. I probably wish I didn't wake up. Just a joke. Like, honestly, what on earth can I get excited about watching this team? This is the problem every single time I watch this team. And this is the reason I've constantly second guessed doing a couple of watch alongs in the last week. Because if this is what I'm going to tune into, then what am I wasting my time for? I love this team, but bro, if you're not going to put on a show, if you're not going to at least play with effort and you're going to do the fundamentals, do the basics right, then what the fuck is the point? There's no ruthlessness with this team. It's all fake toughness, like Clax hanging on the rim for a couple seconds extra, thinking he's all about that, but he's just not. Let your play do the talking. Don't do the fucking antics. And there we go, another fucking 2-second chance points. It's just like, it's just deja vu every single possession. It's embarrassing. We've conceded nearly 80 paint points. There's not too many teams this season that can say that because of the way the game is played now. Like the amount of 3-pointers that are being attempted in this league every game. There's another easy 2 points. This lead's just going to balloon to about 30 at this rate. It's just another loss. Just another loss the same way, the same shots being not hit, like same turnovers being committed, same mistakes being made. What really am I supposed to say? Like just then, we had hands on a steal. We got hands to a steal, yet somehow the Pacers still end up with it and score a wide open layup. Like, come on now. Like that's what sums this team up. Like when Dayron got a steal in the fourth quarter at some point, we were down by 8, mind you, at the start of the last quarter. Sorry, 6. We were down by 6 at the start of the quarter. Where we hit a couple early field goals. Yeah. But like Dayron Sharp got a steal, then stood on the sideline, pushing off the back leg to help us run the break. Like that is the Nets embodied right there. Like it's just I don't really know what to tell you. We're in the final minute and thank fuck for that. Down 25 points, bro. Layup off. The Pacers have had 29 more shots. You know how fucking embarrassing that is? That is embarrassing, bro. Another block. Pacers down the middle. Turnover. Watford. Foul. Free throws. 37 seconds left in the game. That is embarrassing. 29 extra shots. And I'm going to do my little pre-game or post-game now. Just to not keep you here because, my goodness. What more is there to say? So the Nets have had 29 less shots. They've hit 4 more threes. The Pacers only hit 6 threes on a 20% clip for the game. The Nets have had 15 more free throws, yet have had 10 more turnovers at 20. Only got out-rebounded by 5, but gave away 17 offensive boards. They've had 30 points off turnovers. They've had 82 points in the paint. They had 30 second chance points to 12. 23 fast break points to 12. Had 13 steals. I mean, that just sums up an absolutely disastrous performance. And this is probably the best game defensive. Like, if you look at the box score, it's probably the fewest threes we've given up in a game this season. Yet to lose by 21 damn points, that's diabolical shit, man. To get killed in so many categories thoroughly, I mean, you're never going to win. Only the Nets can concede 6 threes on a 20% clip and get smoked the way they did. Usually, if we shot 6 threes on that percentage, we're getting smoked by 20, yet we still managed to do it even when we have only shipped off 6. So, look, I'm just going to wrap it up here. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't care. Tomorrow we'll be back, hopefully with a little bit of a better performance, but these losses are just common now. They happen in the same way every time. Words only mean so much. The action has not been there. So we'll see what they dish up tomorrow on the second night of a back-to-back, but I'm not too optimistic. But here we go. I mean, we've got 15 or so games left in the year. And yeah, these final 15 games, we couldn't get through them quickly enough. But this time next month, we won't have to worry about Nets basketball for like 4 months. 4 months, 5 months, and hopefully the Nets can actually establish a direction which promotes the future, because now it's ignorant to assume the Nets are going to actually do anything in the short term. So, yeah, we've got work to do. Lots and lots of work to do. And, yeah, there's not really much more to say, is there? Hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I guess you could. But, yeah, just another L. And we'll be back here tomorrow, hopefully on time. Yeah. We'll see you then. Stay safe. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We'll catch you in 24 hours. But for now, have a good one. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.